Good morning, Year 6. I hope you're okay today. We're going to start with the word of the day in English this morning, okay? And today's word of the day is grizzled, okay? It means hair that is streaked with grey and is frizzy. So it could be hair on your head, but it could also be a beard or eyebrows even. Who knows? My sentence is here. His chubby red face was framed by wild grizzled hair. Okay, so that is my sentence. Can you please pause the video, write your own, and I would love to see them. Okay, right. We are going to start something new this week. We are looking at doing a character description of our own. We've been building up to it. We've read the book now. We have, throughout reading the book, have looked at different things that will help us do a character description. There are 3 different levels that you can really get to today, okay? The orange level, the uni structural, is being able to complete some planning with support. That means you might have help from home, particularly lots of help. Now I'm talking loads of help through a grown-up or a brother or sister or someone like that. If you are working at multi-structural, so you are at yellow, you can complete the planning sheet, including some examples from the toolkit. And that's all on the planning sheet. That will be clear in a bit. Okay, if you are working at a relational level, so you're at green level, you can complete the toolkit using a variety, so more than a few, okay, examples from the toolkit. And again, we'll go over that again. Okay, there's no purple today, there's no real extended abstract. We can't really go there with planning. Okay, so here is a recap from what we looked at on Friday's lesson. Now, some of you I know went off and watched the video, and some of you did the lesson as well. But for those who didn't, what do we need to make a character description effective? Okay, so these are the things that we came up with. It needs to be written in the third person, he or she, okay? We are not saying I looked like something, we're talking about something else. Adjectives, okay? Describing words, colour words, things like that. Expanded noun phrases where you are using 2 adjectives separated by a comma to describe a noun, like dog, black cat. All right, so that will be an expanded noun phrase. Verbs and adverbs. We are talking a lot about how people move as well as what they look like, okay? So you need to be using a verb such as walk or dance or totter. That's where you put that. And then an adverb to describe how, tottering dangerously or walking quickly or sneaking quietly, okay? So it just brings it to life. Similes. If we're working at green level, if we're working at a relational level, then we need to be using similes, using like or as to describe, metaphor, sister, brother, sister, cousin, if you like, to a simile. We are describing something as something else, but we're saying it is it. We're directly comparing it, okay? So it's like a simile, but you take the like out. So he was a snail instead of he was like a snail. Subordinate clauses, that is where you are using because, although, if, since, when, while, after, before. I can't think of any more off the top of my head. I saw a wub-wub. If you're not sure what that means, type it into Google and then you will find I saw a wub-wub. And it gives a list of about 9, 10, 11 different subordinating clauses. You can use them at the start of a sentence. You can use them in the middle of the sentence. You can use them at the end of the sentence. They give more information. Although it was raining, he did not wear a coat. Your main clause is he did not wear a coat, although it was raining, comma, your subordinating clause gives more information. The other thing that makes a character description really effective is using speech, okay? And you need to be able to use it confidently, using your speech marks correctly, remembering to put a capital letter when somebody starts speaking, to put the punctuation in the middle of the sentence, and to also be using those synonyms for said and not starting a new line every time someone else talks, okay? So we have looked at all these things. In particular, we did a lesson on speech. We've done lessons on expanded noun phrases. We've done lessons on similes. So I'm hoping you can remember that, or at least flick back through your work if you've been working in a book and refer back to that. Today, oh, one last thing, reminded myself here with a handy post-it note. We must remember to think about our audience. Anytime we do any writing, ever, we need to think about who are we writing for. Today, we are planning to write a piece for people of our age, your age, so 10, 11 and older. We are not writing down, we are writing up. So we need to be sophisticated in our language and precise. We're not needing to use simple words like nice or anything too boring. We want to be using delightful or unruly or other words like that. But words that will challenge our reader and make them work a little bit. We don't want it to be too easy. So I have a question. Who was your favourite character from the book? What made them memorable? When you are doing your character description, my advice to you is to choose a character that you really like. It will make it much easier for you to describe them because they have already captured your imagination in one way or another. So when I show you the pictures and things, go for the one that you like the most because you will do the best job. Okay? Don't pick the one that your mum or dad likes the most. Pick the one that you like the most, okay? And that will help your writing. I'm going to choose a character, actually, that isn't my favourite because I want to leave my favourite for you. But I'm choosing a character that appeals to me and I'll tell you more about him in a second. This is your challenge for this week. You need to write a character description and Mr. Collins, Miss Taylor and I are going to guess at the end of the week who you've written about because you will have written such a stunning character description, it will be completely obvious, okay? I don't want you to give your work in this week. No, because I am treating this as if it were a hot write where we can't really help you. I want to see what you've learned, okay? So I am available to give you advice if you get completely stuck, but I want you to kind of go it alone a little bit if you can, okay? Now, you can use forums on DB Primary if you get stuck. If you're in school, then of course you can use the teachers there that will help you. Ask your grown-ups for help if they're available and just have a go, do your best, okay? This is independent work. When you go to secondary school in a few months, because it's creeping up, I have to warn you, you will do a lot more independent learning and this is the first step. Okay. Job number one, and this is your only job for today, so that's nice, isn't it? You need to have a look at the planning sheet. You need to choose a picture and you need to work out who you're going to describe. You can note down any words or phrases you think that might help you. And remember, you're not writing it today. We're going to learn how to do that step by step over the next couple of lessons. You need to keep your plan somewhere safe. Like I said, I don't need to see it today because otherwise it'll give it away who it is. If you do get completely stuck, you can message me on DB Primary. Okay, now, if you're confident that you understand how to fill in a planning sheet, then you can end this lesson now and go off and work independently. If you're not sure and would like a little bit more direction, then hang around and I shall show you. Okay, so I am going to look at the planning sheet. Here we go. This is the planning sheet. Here it is. Okay, there are 4 pictures on the bottom and they are the 4 characters that I want you to choose from. I do not want you to choose a different character out of the book, only one of these 4. What you need to do is you need to fill in the gaps. Now, here, paragraph 1, it says physical description. And I want you to note down clothes, face, and body. Ideas that you see from the picture that you can use in your writing. Down here in the colours is the different levels of skill. Okay, so as you can see, adjectives, so colour words, and expanded noun phrases are in yellow because they are easier skills for you to use. If you are a bit more confident, you will use similes, so you're heading for a green. If you want to be extended abstract, really, really strong writer, I'd like you to have a go at thinking up some metaphor, okay? Paragraph 2 is going to be the speech paragraph, where we do a conversation. So you need to think about how your character talks, okay? You need to remember when you're doing your actual writing that inverted commas and capital letters are the very least I expect from you. They need to be used accurately. Punctuation inside those speech marks is a green skill, okay? I want you to be able to use it. Really, you should be able to use it, but it's a green skill, as are using synonyms for said, like whispered or hollered or anything like that, okay? New line for a new speaker is a purple skill. Ideally, it's really a green skill, but actually it can be difficult to do, particularly when you're typing. So I've made it a extended abstract skill. The last one is action. The last paragraph we're going to write is setting the scene, how they move and things like that. Yellow skills are verbs and adverbs. He walked quickly. This is the basic that I'm expecting. Similes again are our green skill, and metaphor is purple. Also, subordinate clauses, okay, using fronted adverbials. Quickly, comma, he ran into the street, okay? That would be lovely to see. In fact, anywhere in any of the paragraphs, seeing a subordinate clause or two would be really welcome. But don't feel you have to start every single sentence with one, because otherwise it becomes repetitive and boring. Now, I am going to be doing a character description of Mr. Bumble. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to see if I can find a picture of Mr. Bumble, okay? Mr. Bumble, Oliver. Here we go, right. I'm going to find a picture and then I'm going to show you what it looks like. So here we go. There it is. And I am going to look at this picture here. This is my character, Mr. Bumble. So when I'm going to copy it and then I'm going to put it back on my planning sheet. So here it is, okay? So on my planning sheet, I'm going to get rid of these pictures. Oh, hello, I can't do that. Button. I'm going to get rid of those and I'm going to put in the picture of Mr. Bumble. Oh, there he is. And then I'm just going to do some clever whizzy stuff. There he is. Right. Okay. So what I need to do first of all is I need to talk about his clothes and I'll show you exactly what sort of thing I'm expecting. So my character is Mr. Bumble. And then I need to talk about his clothes. So what things do I notice from the picture? Well, I notice he's wearing a, I don't know what you call those sort of hats. I don't know if you know, write in and let me know. So he's got it's almost like a hat that somebody on a ship would wear. So he's wearing a hat. What colour is the hat? It is gold. So maybe I'll put black and gold hat. Black and gold hat. He's wearing a blue long coat. And he's also wearing a scarlet waistcoat, isn't he? You can also see he's wearing black shoes with silver buttons, right? Now, I'm not giving you Mr. Bumble as an option because I don't want you to do the same as me, okay? And this way you can't. Right, his face. So his face is puffy. It is also quite chubby, isn't he? Puffy and chubby. Okay, he has a nose in the air. I can't see his hair. He's got lots of chin. Okay, what about his body? Well, there's one thing that strikes me about that body. He is fat. He's clearly lived the good life, unlike Oliver. He's not very tall, so he has short legs. Pale, it's quite pale. Okay. So do you get the sort of idea of what I'm talking about here? So I'm not putting in loads of detail, just a little bit of detail to get us going. Okay. Now, Mr. Bumble the Beadle, he does speak in a bit of slang, but not so much slang. So it'll be quite hard here to get an idea for what he said. For Oliver and you're not doing Oliver, sorry, the others, they do talk in that London slang, and hopefully you've picked up a few words. And in fact, that reminds me of something. There, I am recording this on Friday afternoon, and there have already been a few words into the word bank, and thank you if you have taken part this morning, and thank you to those who did it over the weekend as well. This is also up on DB Primary. Here are some words from our word bank that we did as a year group. Use these wherever you like. So I am going to take the words quarrel and filibustering, and and quarrel. They are quarreled. There we go. Those could be my synonyms instead. Okay, so you need to do it on your own piece of paper, or if you can download this and print this planning sheet, you need to fill that in. That is your one task for today. Also, do get hold of the word bank and print it off. If there are any other words that you didn't add and that you'd like to now, the forum is still open, so you can still contribute. Okay. Tomorrow we will be having a look at writing together, so make sure you get this finished by the end of today. Have a great rest of day, Year 6, and I shall see you tomorrow.